And then there's invading France. On paper, it sounds simple. March in, plant a flag, call it a day. But in reality, you're up against mountains, forests, coastlines, a $1 trillion economy, a top-tier military, and, oh yeah, NATO. France isn't just a country. It's a fortress with nukes, fighter jets, and allies that show up faster than Wi-Fi ads after one Google search. Invading France isn't hard, it's impossible. Let's break it all down. Section 1. Geography. Nature's fortress. Let's kick things off with geography. France isn't just a country. It's a natural fortress, designed to frustrate any would-be invader. The Alps in the east. Stunning for tourists, but a logistical nightmare for tanks and armored columns. History shows even the most ambitious armies struggled to cross these peaks. The Pyrenees along the southern border. Jagged, narrow, and nearly impossible for large forces to traverse quickly without taking heavy losses. The Ardennes forest in the northeast. Infamous for ambushes and counterattacks, now reinforced with modern surveillance and early warning systems. Trying to sneak through is like navigating a maze that's alive and watching you. The coastlines on both the Atlantic and the Mediterranean. Amphibious assaults are tough, slow, and incredibly risky, especially with well-positioned artillery, patrols, and air defenses watching every landing zone. Combine all of this, and France becomes a fortress on an epic scale. Mountains that block tanks, rivers and forests that slow advances, and coastlines that punish overconfidence. Nature itself is a defensive ally, making any invasion plan a logistical nightmare before a single shot is fired. Section 2. The Army. Ground dominance. Next up, the backbone of France's defense, the Army. And make no mistake, this isn't just a large force. It's a highly professional, battle-ready machine. Active duty soldiers are trained across multiple environments. Mountainous terrain, dense urban centers, and mechanized warfare with tanks and armored vehicles. Every unit is prepared to face the unexpected, from ambushes to high-intensity conflict. Modern armored units aren't just heavy, they're smart. Tanks and infantry fighting vehicles combine speed, firepower, and advanced targeting systems that turn open ground into a kill zone for any invader. Artillery and missile systems are strategically positioned across the country, giving France the ability to strike fast, far, and with devastating precision. Anti-tank weapons and mobile missile batteries ensure no advance goes uncontested. And then there's the elite edge. The units trained for the missions others wouldn't dare attempt. Commandos Marine. The French Navy's special forces, capable of striking from both sea and land with precision raids. Paratroopers. Experts at deploying behind enemy lines, sowing confusion and cutting supply lines before the main force even arrives. Special forces. Versatile operatives skilled in everything from counter-terrorism to intelligence gathering deep inside hostile territory. Put it all together, and invading France on land isn't a simple march. It's walking into decades of preparation, strategy, and real-world experience honed in exercises, past conflicts, and continuous training. Every hill, valley, and city street is mapped, defended, and ready to make any invading army regret showing up. Section 3. The Air Force. Skies no limit. Now let's take to the skies. France doesn't just defend its land, it dominates the air above it. And when it comes to modern aerial power, the French Air Force is no joke. Rafale fighters are the crown jewel. Multi-role, agile, and deadly, they can engage enemy aircraft in dogfights, strike ground targets with pinpoint precision, and operate in complex electronic warfare environments. Mirage 2000s still pack a punch. These jets may be older, but upgraded avionics and weapon systems keep them deadly interceptors capable of denying enemy airspace. Next-generation programs aren't far behind. Stealth aircraft, drones, and advanced electronic warfare platforms give France the ability to detect, disrupt, and neutralize threats before they even get close. And hardware alone isn't the secret. French pilots are among NATO's elite, constantly training in live interception drills, air combat maneuvers, and coordinated multinational exercises. They don't just patrol, they enforce air dominance, monitoring every inch of French airspace with precision. Try to fly over France without clearance, and you won't get a warning flare. You'll get tracked, locked on, and escorted out or engaged, depending on how foolish you are. In other words, the moment you enter French skies, you're in a no-fly zone enforced by some of the most skilled pilots in Europe, backed by cutting-edge technology. Combine highly capable jets, veteran pilots, and a network of radar and air defense systems, and the result is clear. France doesn't just defend its skies, it owns them. Invading from the air isn't an option. It's a nightmare, waiting to happen. Section 4. The Navy. Sea Denial Masters. Let's dive into the waters. France doesn't just have a coastline. It has a navy capable of turning the seas into a minefield for any intruder. Nuclear-powered submarines form the backbone of France's strategic deterrent. Silent, elusive, and armed with long-range nuclear missiles, these subs can vanish beneath the waves and strike anywhere in the world, turning any adversary's plans into panic. Surface fleets, destroyers, frigates, and patrol ships patrol the Atlantic and Mediterranean with precision. They enforce maritime control, monitor shipping lanes, and provide rapid response to threats approaching French shores. Amphibious and coastal units ensure that key ports, islands, and beaches are heavily defended. Any attempt at a landing is met with coordinated fire from sea and land, making amphibious assaults a logistical nightmare. Add it all together, and France doesn't just defend the coastline, it dominates it. Any fleet trying to approach faces submarines hiding in deep waters, fast attack vessels darting in and out, and amphibious defenses ready to stop troops before they even set foot on land. In short, invading France by sea isn't just difficult, it's courting disaster. The Atlantic and Mediterranean are effectively a French-controlled no-go zone, and anyone foolish enough to challenge it is playing a very dangerous game. The waters around it, and any attempted naval invasion is a fast track to disaster. Section 5. Nuclear and strategic weapons. Now let's talk about the ultimate deterrent, France's nuclear arsenal. They're one of only 9 nations in the world with operational nuclear weapons, and they're not just for show. France has full second strike capability, which is a polite way of saying, if you even think about attacking, the consequences could be catastrophic. Submarines patrol the oceans silently for months, ready to launch if needed, while airborne nuclear forces can respond within hours. This isn't theoretical posturing. Invading France isn't just a tactical challenge on land, sea, or air. It's a strategic gamble that could trigger escalation far beyond the battlefield. In short, nuclear weapons make France untouchable in ways conventional forces alone could never achieve. Section 6. Technology and cyber warfare. France doesn't just rely on soldiers, tanks, and jets. They've fully embraced the modern battlefield. Technology is a force multiplier, and in their hands, it's lethal. Cyber units can disrupt enemy communications, banking systems, and critical infrastructure in a matter of minutes, turning an invasion into chaos before it even begins. Satellites and Space Command give France real-time intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance, an eye in the sky that tracks movements and provides strategic awareness like no other. Drones and autonomous swarms offer constant surveillance, electronic jamming, and pinpoint tactical strikes, creating a battlefield where even GPS can't be trusted. Imagine thinking you're advancing through French territory, only to realize your coordinates are off by kilometers. Everything you planned is already outdated. That's the reality of modern France. Every move monitored, every risk calculated, and every intruder spotted long before they can react. Section 7. Defense industry, self-sufficient arsenal. One of France's biggest advantages? They don't rely on anyone else to fight a war. Their defense industry is a vertically integrated powerhouse that produces nearly everything in-house. Tanks, fighter jets, drones, missiles, ships, and radar systems, all designed, built, and maintained domestically. No waiting for foreign suppliers or delayed shipments. Continuous innovation ensures their equipment stays cutting edge. France isn't just maintaining old hardware. They're constantly upgrading, testing, and inventing new solutions in real time. Industrial capacity and economic strength mean that fuel, ammunition, and food reserves are abundant, supporting sustained military operations without crippling shortages. Where other nations patch aging gear, France is building the future battlefield. Their industry isn't just about weapons. It's a guarantee of readiness, adaptability, and long-term resilience. Section 8. NATO and alliances. France doesn't stand alone. Any attack on French soil instantly activates a network of global allies. NATO comes first. The US, UK, Germany, Turkey, and over 24 member states are legally bound to respond under Article 5. A strike on France isn't just a local skirmish. It's a multinational conflict waiting to happen. The European Union adds another layer, delivering economic and diplomatic pressure that can cripple aggressors before boots even hit the ground. The United Nations gives France legal leverage, including veto power in the Security Council, allowing it to shape international responses to its advantage. Put it together, and invading France isn't just risky. It's a trigger for global consequences. Any misstep against France sets off a cascade of military, economic, and political retaliation that no single country could withstand. Section 9. Invasion scenario. What could go wrong? Okay, let's imagine you're reckless enough to try it. You mobilize your troops, tanks, and aircraft. Here's how quickly reality sets in. Airspace control is absolute. Elite French pilots patrol the skies, ready to intercept intruders the moment they cross the border. Missiles lock, radar tracks, and there's no sneaking past. Naval forces and submarines shadow every movement at sea. Silent, deadly, and strategically positioned, they can pick off vessels or strike without warning, turning your fleet into floating targets. Amphibious assaults? Forget it. Artillery, anti-ship missiles, and elite commandos are waiting on beaches and islands, making every landing a potential massacre. Land operations are no easier. Urban environments, rugged mountains, and narrow passes slow your forces to a crawl, while local defenders know every street, ridge, and choke point. Even if you somehow push toward Paris, the combination of logistical strain, strategic reserves, and the unbreakable national spirit means holding any territory becomes nearly impossible. Every step forward is met with resistance, making what looked like a plan on paper a nightmare in practice. Invading France isn't just hard, it's a carefully orchestrated trap where geography, military strength, technology, and history all conspire against you. Section 10. The spirit of France. France's greatest strength isn't just its tanks, jets, or submarines. It's its people, culture, and history. A population forged by centuries of conflict from medieval sieges to world wars has built a resilience that's almost instinctual. Patriots and veterans know their terrain intimately. Every street, valley, and village becomes a defensive position. Every citizen a potential contributor to resistance. National unity and determination make occupation a nightmare. Invaders may take ground, but the French spirit turns it into a long, costly struggle they rarely win. History is clear. Armies have come, marched, and sometimes even occupied. But ultimate victory over France has always proven elusive. Patriotism here isn't just pride, it's survival. And anyone underestimating it is in for a harsh lesson. So here's the verdict. Invading France isn't just risky, it's a nearly impossible mission. Trillion-dollar economy, nukes, elite forces, NATO support, impassable terrain, and a population that refuses to surrender. If you like this deep dive into the military madness of modern France, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Which country should we absolutely not invade next?